Hi everyone, welcome to Apprentice-ish, where we talk all about apprentices, apprenticeships, kind of. So first of all, I just really wanted to address this extremely quickly. Someone actually said that I should change the name to Apprentice. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below immediately. Pause the video. We will wait. Now that you guys are back, let me know what you guys' thoughts are about the name because I'm genuinely interested. But let's get right into the video. So this was a video that was requested by one of you guys, which is to talk about apprenticeship versus university. I don't even think I am the best spokesperson on this topic. So if you guys have any experiences down below, let me know what your experiences were, how it worked out for you, all that kind of stuff. So the background for me was I went to university and I went to university in the evening, which means that I went to work until 5:30 or 5:15 on my uni days. And then I went to university from around 6, something like that, until 9 p.m. So my university experience will be different from a normal typical student, although I did go to university for 3 months. I went for 3 months. I will definitely be drawing on experiences that I've watched so many YouTube videos on this topic. And obviously I have friends that have been to university as well, and we have spoken about their experiences, their struggles, their trials and tribulations, but also their high points as well. So hopefully I can give the most balanced view possible, although let me not lie and say that I am all for apprenticeships, although it's not for everyone. So I think after I start this series, not really a series, but I want to talk about why you should go to uni and not do an apprenticeship, and why you should do an apprenticeship and not go to uni, because as much as I'm for apprenticeships, it is not for everyone. Let me be clear. The first topic that I'm going to talk about is friends and social life. In university, you have freshers. That's a normal given. I personally did not have freshers. I went to the University of Birkbeck, which was the only London evening school that I knew about. Birkbeck, as far as I'm aware, did not have freshers, but there were surrounding sister or cousin unis, where I know that some of the students from one uni went to another uni's freshers, and some people even trekked to Leicester to do freshers. I don't know about that. Oh well, that. But university people typically have freshers. It's a week of basically partying, but also you're supposed to introduce kind of get used to university and warm up to it and see what the activities are saying, what it's being on campus, and all that kind of stuff. In university, you're a lot more likely to meet people or friends in lectures and in seminars, and there's just a lot more of student exposure. You are surrounded by obviously students and teachers and lecturers, etc. But you're exposed to that a lot more if you're a uni student as opposed to if you were doing an apprenticeship. I think as a uni student, your social life is just that much better, for the simple fact, I don't even want to say better, it's just different. It's different because you have a lot more time to do the social stuff. You have a lot more time to spend on societies and be presidents of them and do X, Y, Z. Also have a lot more time to cultivate and nurture existing friendships and relationships that you already have. If you're an apprentice now, you still have a social life, it's just not the same at all. So you're obviously in a professional environment with more grown people. You obviously do have grown people depending on the university you go to, but here it's a lot more you're in a workplace. People typically tend to have finished their studies and then are working full-time. If you don't have other apprentices in your role, you might be the only apprentice at the company. That is not the case for me. I'm one of 10. Woo-woo! We're cool. We are cool. We can band, we can gist, we can talk, we can kiki and rah together. But obviously the experience would be very different if I was the only apprentice in the entire company, and I don't have any age mates there. Not to say it will be an isolating experience at all, because obviously you have the weekend to interact with friends and family and all that kind of stuff, and you can interact with them after work as well, and you have the money to interact with them after work because you get paid. Also, personally, this is not for every single apprenticeship, every single degree apprenticeship, but from my experience here, you don't have lectures and seminars in person. Like, you basically don't ever have to be on the university campus, except for summer schools, if that's how you want to do it. The way it's set up is that you do your there are like videos and readings that you do, and you can do all of that online. Obviously pre-panorama, I did go into university, and I did use like the study space, because I don't know about you guys, but I just find it a lot easier to study around other people who are studying. It kind of creates that environment of study. Not to say that I can't do it at home, it's just very different. So you will not be having, or certainly as a solicitor apprentice, we don't have lectures, in-person lectures and seminars like that. So that's not a place that you can meet people at. You can meet them at summer school, which is I think like 3 days out of the year, where you'll be surrounded by a host of other apprentices. And also, which I didn't know, but which I found out but too late, because my program started in January 2021, there are apparently apprentice socials as well. But here you can also still meet people at like extracurricular social activities. So here obviously you have clubs and societies. Here there are also clubs and societies, you just have like less time to spend on those clubs and societies. I wasn't in any club or society, but a competition came up. I think it was a negotiation competition, and I met another fellow solicitor apprentice. And we got to talking, and it was a great conversation. She was lovely. The course. Okay, so the course, guys. The course. University. You are studying more than one module. You're likely studying 3 modules plus at the same time, which I find it's just a lot harder to enjoy the topics, because there's so much reading. Oh my goodness. Like, I know that there's a lot of reading for the apprenticeship stuff as well, but the reading for uni is like, oh my god, I feel like it's just that tells you everything, because you're studying so many modules at once. Compared to this side, there is if you compare the two, there's probably the same amount of reading, maybe even more. I'm not sure, but there's a lot to read. There's a lot. Obviously you have to attend the physical building. For some courses, your attendance is counting to like a part of your grade, I think. But you have to physically attend the uni, whereas obviously an apprenticeship, you don't have to physically attend the uni on your study days, but you obviously have to attend the summer schools, which is in person. So yes, it's a lot more. Here are the resources, and you have an essay every week, and like someone checks the essay every week. Every subject has a subject tutor, and they do like live video calls at the beginning, middle and end of the unit. So that's like a chance for you to ask any questions you have, but you can also send them emails and stuff if you're struggling with some of the content. But it's just a lot more like, basically more of like a do it yourself, like learn yourself, and if you need help, reach out, compared to university where there's someone actually teaching you the content. So this is specifically the solicitor apprenticeship at the University of Law, which is where I go. It's a lot more like active recall focused, the way the course is set up. For university, it's literally like, here's the essay, go, here's the mock, or here's the assignment, go. Whereas like here it's like, okay, cool, you've learnt the content, now we're gonna test you. Like, it's just like mini tests. They don't count towards anything, and they literally take like 5 minutes to do, but it's just those mini tips that help like activate the active recall method, which helps you memorize the information a lot better, and also it identifies gaps in your understanding in a way that I don't feel like university does. Going to the last one, which is like, I will make this extremely quick. Well-being entirely depends on how you operate as a human being. Point blank, period. Whichever route you go, your well-being will genuinely depend on how you are and how you develop and how you grow. I think when we're looking at well-being in terms of being a university student, some people have said it's been the best time of their life. You know, they've been suffering for 19 years and now it's time to shake it. Whereas like some people go through like a myriad of mental health issues, and they're just like struggling, like it's just not a good space for them. I also feel like when you're doing the uni course, it's a lot easier to compare, and like, yeah, just because I feel like because the students are a lot more visible, whereas when you're on the apprenticeship, you really don't need to. It's harder to compare because you can't see the students. Do you get? But yeah, it really depends on how you are, and also like what you do in your own time. On my own experience, university almost tried to kill me, like in the literal grave. It was just so intense. I did not have time to breathe. I woke up at 4 or 3, revise until it's time for me to go to work, or revise at work, and then I would go to work until 5:30, and then 6 p.m. until 9 p.m. I would be in uni, and then I have to go sleep really quick because I have to wake up early the next day to revise and make sure I do the reading and do the activities and homework. It was so intense, like, and it was okay, like, at first, and then after a while, oh my god, it was a lot. So I feel like the apprenticeship works better for me literally because everything is built into Monday to Friday, and like you can actually have your own weekends. But obviously it will be very different if you are like a full-time uni student. I was working and studying at the same time because, guys, I have bills to pay. If I was going to do really well at uni, it would literally come at the cost of my mental health, and that's just me being entirely honest. Whereas doing the apprenticeship, as much as I am doing, I'm able to do things that I really enjoy alongside my apprenticeship, and I can still get good grades and enjoy the work that I'm in, and enjoy the studying, and actually have time to appreciate and understand the law as well. Guys, that is literally it. If you have not subscribed, please hit that red button down below. Wow, I said it for the first time. And that is it. Over and out.